There are those who do all their due diligence, do all their homework, make a good decision with an honest distributor, and their film still falls on their face.
Yeah.
That is something else that I really wish filmmakers would embrace, which is the idea of like, hey, I need to accept the possibility that my film is going to fail financially.
Yeah.
You need to embrace that on the front side sooner than later, so that in the event that your film actually does well, it's a wonderful, pleasant surprise versus you going into a situation either with false, overinflated, egotistical expectations, or sometimes it's fear. Sometimes it's like, oh God, I raised all this money and I have to get the money back to my financiers. And then they sort of create this kind of, self-induced stress about having to make the money back. Well, listen, distributors, foreign sales reps, streamers, they don't care. They don't care that you used your kid's college fund. They don't care that you maxed out your credit cards. They don't care that you raised money from independent financiers that you promised the world to and then ultimately might not be able to actually deliver.
Yeah.
They're not there to think about that for you. And that's the truth. I mean, look, and I even say this from our perspective. What I always say to filmmakers who decide to sign with us, the one thing that we can promise is that we are going to give the film a shot in the way that you don't typically see in the independent space, right? We bring on the PR team. We guarantee all the social media, the paid ads, all of these things that we do that are built into the model, right? And what we say to filmmakers is that we're going to put your film in front of so many people. We're going to prop it up. We're going to push the reviews. We're going to, all of the things that we can do. But there's going to come a point where we have to set it free to the audience at large, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what we can't promise is that the audience at large is going to engage in your film.
Yeah.
And they're going to rent it and purchase it or even watch it commercially free just because it lands on a commercial free, platform like a Tubi, like a Roku, like many others out there. Doesn't mean people are going to watch it, right?
Yeah.
And there is that reality too of just, again, getting filmmakers to accept the possibility that even if you have a good distributor, right? We all know about the bad ones.
Right.
But even if you have a good distributor, and maybe in some cases, maybe you got lucky and that distributor actually did write you in advance. Doesn't mean you're going to see much more. Doesn't mean it's going to be a success. Doesn't mean you're going to even break even, let alone make a profit. And I'm not trying to be a downer. What I'm trying to do is get filmmakers to wrap their head around the fact that this is a business. It is a business with many moving parts. It is a business with many content makers at all levels, many platforms, many distributors, and you're one more film in a very, very big cog in the world of distribution and content. So for any filmmaker to be thinking from the independent side that they made a great film that's going to make tons and tons of money, and I'm not saying don't be proud of your film. Of course, be proud of your film, but know the business, understand the pitfalls of the business, and help mitigate your own expectations, which ultimately helps you mitigate the expectations of any potential financiers, right?
Right.
I'm going to give you another quick example. This is on a GDR label. We picked up a really, really great romantic comedy. Beautifully shot, beautifully acted, really well done. No names, but a lot of big social media influencers. Okay. Now, that movie was made for a lot more money than it should have been made for, based on the idea that the massive social media combined social media following to translate into transactional dollars. We did a special event for that film. We did it, and we don't really tend to do that, but we did a standalone special screening event where you had to pre-buy your ticket. There was going to be an opening from the cast, a Q&A with the cast during. We were giving away merchandise, all kinds of stuff, right? Because I thought, listen, if there's a way to see if this is going to work, we do a specialized, screening before it releases on digital platforms.
Right.
And listen, to the credit of the cast, to the social media influencers, they did their work, they did their homework, they did their job, they posted, they promoted across their platforms. we made $2,000 in ticket sales.
Mm.
Okay.
Mm.
That didn't even cover the cost of the special platform arrangements that we did.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we were out of pocket as the distributor. I kept getting these emails from the filmmakers every quarter. You know, it's been out now I think 3 quarters now.
Mm.
Just not performing, even on the free platforms, even with the cast still posting the platform links on their social media. It's not catching with this social media following, which leaves us having to kind of find just a general audience, right?
Right.
And it got to the point literally, you know, where I had to say, and we tried different promotional things. We tried different angles. We let them try different angles. We did lots of stuff. And I finally had to say to them, listen, because they kept saying, oh, well, we spent so much money. We spent so much money. We spent so much money. And I said, I understand that you spent so much money. And I understand that you made that mistake of spending. And again, it goes back to just because you can raise it, you need to ask yourself, should I raise this money?
Right.
And I literally offered to reverse the rights to the filmmaker, which is not something that we have to do. We don't particularly put in a threshold out.
Right.
But I've, over the years, if I have a filmmaker who's just perpetually unhappy every quarter, no matter what we do, no matter showing the analytics, showing what we're doing promotional wise, showing how people are responding to their film, I'm sort of at the life is too short place in my life.
Yeah, definitely.
And there's been several occasions in where I have offered to reverse rights and let them out of their contract because there's no benefit. There's no benefit for them to continue to be unhappy. There's no benefit for me to kind of keep trying to say to them the same thing over and over and over again. And I'd rather just let people kind of go their own way. And oddly enough, I've found myself in situations where I've done that. I've had filmmakers kind of backtrack and be like, wait, what do you mean? And I'm like, well, it's not that I want to let go of your film. I'm not giving up on your film, but I don't want you to feel trapped. I want you to be happy. And if nothing we're doing, which is a well above what most mid-levels are doing in the distribution space, then I want you to go and explore another option. Go explore a self-release. Go do something else. But I'm not going to keep being made to feel like I'm not doing enough for your film. It's not us. It's the fact that the general audience is just not watching the film.
Right.